Hi, Rehan, and welcome to the Globe. So, today, before we begin, can you just introduce yourself? How did you get into geopolitics, and why do you like the subject, and what all have you done in it for the past 10 years?
Sure, sure, Mary. First of all, I would like to thank you to invite me on your podcast, first of all. And I think it's been a pleasure working in this field for over the last 10 years. As far as geopolitics is concerned, I was interested in geopolitics since my school days. I taught my school in political science when I was in 12th standard.
Wow.
So the journey started from there exactly. So, because I was just an 17 or 18 year old boy in 12th standard, so I didn't know much about, there can be a career, there can be a money making something, because at a 17, as a 17, 18-year old, like people are like a boy doesn't know much, about what about his career, what about so I had no, but the moment, gradually I became older, I became younger, so got to know that there's a career in geopolitics and there is a career in politics, and that's where I realized that I need to start with the domestic politics. So first of all, at that time in 2012, 2013, there is a IAC was going on like Aam Aadmi Party and that anti India against corruption, all the movement was going on. So I tried to learn. I rode on the ground. We used to go to CP. We used to roam around Delhi to learn about how how the booth level management works, how the political party works, how the elections are fought, how the candidates contest elections, and so and so. And the journey began from there. And then I enrolled myself into masters in politics, and then again, because I had interest since childhood, so I secured first division in masters in political science, and apparently I got a job as well at the same year. I got a job, and then journey started, and then it's been like amazing 9 years in this field. I have been working with top MNCs as a senior geopolitical analyst. Currently, I am empaneled as a subject matter expert for political science on global SME platforms, global subject matter expert platforms such as Coleman Research and Guidepoint USA and Infollion India. So apart from this, I am also empaneled with the AI, this AI age. So I am empaneled as a AI expert for political science domains at AccunAI and XConnect. One is Indian AI conglomerate and another one is US based AI conglomerate. So these are the top companies I'm currently top platforms I'm currently working with. Recently, last I was working as a full-time senior geopolitical analyst with India's second largest IRIS, the risk consulting company based in Gurugram. And before that, I was working with Pylon Group. So it's been an amazing journey. I enjoy discussing, commenting, analyzing, writing, researching geopolitics, the domestic politics, and it's been an amazing journey.
So, from what I gain from your talk right now is that I want to ask a question, which is not, I didn't give it to you, but I would like very impromptu question this is. So, what is
Yeah,
more
you can
difficult?
always do prompt question.
Yeah,
I go non-scripted.
yeah. So, what is more difficult, like grassroots politics or like international politics, you know?
uh, The That's a very good question. By the way, both have different dynamics. Both have different capacities. Both works differently. Because I can know better about it because I have worked in both
Yeah.
capacity. Currently, I am completely. It's been many years. I've been into like fully into geopolitics and researching, analyzing, writing reports, write articles, and so and so, talking, invited over televisions to speak on geopolitical matters. And I started my journey, as I told you, with domestic politics, like
Right.
Indian politics, the grassroots politics, or what we call electoral politics, you can say.
Right.
So there, it's all about the domestic issues. It's all about the local population. It's all about the ground in Indian politics or in electoral politics, you in any country, in domestic politics, you work either as a political worker, you work as a or as a political activist, where you go to ground, where you talk to people, where you get to know the issues affecting people on ground, and then you advocate for the people, you advocate for the noble causes, and then you get momentum in public, you get your voice is recognized, and then you get into a you get a ticket, go contest elections, and then you become a leader. So
Yeah.
this is a way in domestic politics. Differently in geopolitics, it's all about moreover it is a in-house or indoor job,
Yeah.
where you need to focus. You need to first of all remain yourself aware about what's happening across the globe every day. As an analyst, I tell you an interesting fact that I watch news, I read news
Yeah.
at least 1 hour every day.
Yeah.
This is my duty. This
Yeah.
is my job. This is a part of my job, because unless I don't update myself on a regular basis every day about what's happening across the globe, I cannot decode it. I cannot do analysis. I cannot. So unless I don't research it fully, I don't learn it fully. So there is no scope to leave a stone unturned in geopolitics. You have to work moreover in house, indoor, but you have to read a lot, you have to watch a lot, you have to think a lot, you have to be thinker, you have to be a and then analyzer, you have to have analytical thinking, you have to see what is between the lines. We listen here, we hear many times here there is a many sips between the cup and the lips. So it's all about that kind of stuff when you
Yeah.
work in geopolitics. So you need to update yourself. You need to regularly read, write, research, and then this is how it goes on, about the world affairs, about the what's happening, from in India to Pakistan to Saudi to Israel to all over the world to
Yeah.
Washington to Shanghai to Beijing. So this is how it goes.
Yeah. So coming back to the questions, I would like to club the two questions. We have very strong neighbors, that is China and Pakistan, and both are nuclear, laced countries, armed, you can say armed neighbors. So how is India transitioning, like should it use a policy of strict diplomatic isolation when it comes to like, dealing with them on the line of actual control, and to avoid triggering any escalatory, like full scale military conflict or something with our neighbors? Because every time there is something or the else happening at the borders. So what is your opinion on that?
So I think India being a country, a major country between the two armed nuclear neighbors, and which are also our rival,
Mm.
neighbors. We do not. We have had never good relations with both these countries, either
Yeah.
with Pakistan or with China.
Yeah.
We have had wars with both the countries. So that's the reality. That's the bitter truth
Yeah.
and reality we have to live in.
Yeah.
And accordingly, we have to act together. We have to have our relations. We have to have our associations. We have to have our partnerships with the global powers, with the regional powers, you know, apart from the South Asia, beyond.
Hmm.
And that's how we are going to make a deterrence, basically. We have to create a deterrence so that both the neighbors, one is on the right side, one is on the left side, don't come over us.
Yeah.
So India has to have a balance. India has to showcase its power, has to showcase its muscle,
Hmm.
and that's the only way to avoid escalation, to avoid a conflict, avoid especially a military conflict with China and Pakistan both. That's the only way to have good relations, because on a foreign policy front, the things are not going as good as it should be. Everyone knows. We recently had war with Pakistan in
Yeah.
2025, and we saw that how many countries stood with us.
Yeah.
We need to learn from it. We need to improve us, and we need to work for the future.
Right. So what about the expansion in towards like the Indian Ocean, the Arabic and the Red Seas? Can Indian Navy maintain its role as a primary net security towards like providing, like assessing the threats and, all the drone attacks from China and its naval expansion?
I think we have come at a time, Mary. We should we have to think differently now. The
Yeah.
China of 2026 is really altogether on a different level. It's like time has gone, time has passed to chase like to compete with China. We are not in a position to compete with China exactly. To be very honest, to
Technologically.
technologically, militarily, and
Mm.
politically as well. Politically, see, you see the half of the world is trade partner with China.
Yeah.
The many countries line up behind China to support China. The China is, of course, the next superpower. It's going to
Yeah.
replace everyone. Like there's a talk of the town across the globe that China is the next superpower.
Yeah.
So that's why I said now we should not think in a way that we should compete with China. We are not in a position to compete with China, but yeah, we should not give up on our dreams. We should not give up on our security. We should not give up on our sovereignty. We
Right.
have to secure our people, secure our borders. So what's the way forward? The way forward is to have, again, I would say the same thing, to indigenously build ourselves, to like defense wise, to industrial wise, to
Yeah.
politically, to diplomatically strengthen us. At the same time, to have partners, to make friends, to have more security partners, to have more drills in the Indian Ocean regions you spoke about, in the IOR region, which we call Indian Ocean region.
Right.
And there's a way already in place. There's a platform already in place, Quad. So
Yeah.
with Quad, where there's a stock, there's Australia, there is US, there is so countries, we need to partner. We need to have continuous drills in the IOR region. We
Yeah.
have to project ourselves so that it becomes very costly for China to politically or militarily confront us or to create a conflict with us.
Yeah.
We have to think like this. We have to plan and act like this. We have to showcase our muscle in a way so that the enemy of our nation think that if I get into a conflict with India, there's gonna be a huge cost I have to pay.
Yeah.
That's the only way. That's the only way out for us, I think.
Yeah. Coming back to one of another neighbors, that is like Bangladesh, which is always under unrest. And so, how can New Delhi pragmatically reset and normalize its relationship with Dhaka following recent regime change, political upheaval, and Bangladesh does not drift entirely into Beijing strategy? How can we
Yeah.
prevent that?
Uh, I think the half job is done already, I think. And I
Okay.
tell you why. Because the relations, the worsening relations we had with Muhammad Yunus government, the
Yeah.
interim government of Bangladesh,
Right.
the government is over now. There is a complete
Yeah.
the BNP, Bangladesh National
Right.
Party led, or Tariq Rahman led government is there.
Yeah.
So this government is, I think, if you see the developments over the past few months since they have come into power, we have had many bilateral talks and dialogues with this government,
Mhm.
unlike the earlier one government of Muhammad Yunus.
Right.
So the half the job is already done. We are on the we are on the way with Bangladesh, normalizing our relations. You saw that, yeah, I think just day before yesterday there was a news. Our ambassador to Dhaka has announced that the visas are also going to open,
Yeah.
and the trade is also resuming gradually. So things are getting improved already. But yeah, we have to think the another part of the answer is that now we do not have to make the mistake that we made earlier. The mistake we made earlier was only to have connection, to only to have dialogue, to only to have kind of bilateral with one person, Sheikh Hasina.
Shekhar.
So earlier we did not make relations with the other parties, with the other stakeholders of Bangladesh. Uh, Now we do not have to make this mistake. We have to have relations with, of course, Sheikh Hasina party, Bangladesh Awami League, of course, at the same time with the current government, as we are already engaging with, as well as the main opposition party that is also a very strong party over there, Jamaat Islami. of Bangladesh. So we have to have relations with them as well. So now we do not have to make the mistake we made earlier. So we have to engage with all stakeholders so that in the coming time we do not face the issue we faced earlier. So I think that's the way out.
Now we are coming to Nepal, which has again there is a change in the
You're gonna cover
government,
all the
and they are
neighbors.
troubling, and they're troubling India right and left. So I
Yeah.
would like to ask how must India adjust its economic and security incentive to prevent traditional buffer states like Nepal and Bhutan from hedging between New Delhi and Beijing? Again, Beijing, yeah.
Beijing is always gonna be in picture because
Yeah,
there's gonna be, that's actually a power, that can,
yeah,
give us pain.
yeah,
So of course it has to be there in the picture. We
yeah,
always have to think about it. See,
yeah.
the problem with Nepal and Bangladesh and Maldives and Sri Lanka and Pakistan, all the countries, all our neighboring countries, is that China is very much involving in their, uh, land, in their country, in their system.
Yeah.
So, of course, we cannot prevent it. We cannot stop China involving in their, because that's there also, in one way or other, there is also consent. That's why the China is able to get into the and engage and do things as per Chinese interest in these countries. But the way out is to have dialogue consistently. If we keep and another way is to keep giving humanitarian assistance as we have been giving to all the countries, be it Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka. So
Yeah.
if you, because we have had cultural and people to people relations for centuries.
Hmm.
So if we continue with these people to people and cultural relationship, plus we keep providing them a humanitarian assistance, at the same time we have a consistent dialogue, I think there is going to be some kind of deterrence we're going to create in one way or other that will anyhow deter these countries to not let anything happen that will harm our interest in the region. I think that's the way.
Okay, so now we are coming to the reigning part, that is United States, and we have Trump and his tariff problems and tariff implementations,
And the most
with India.
unpredictable guy.
Yeah, the most unpredictable trade tariff and shifting American focus
Great.
towards Pakistan. So, how can India deal
Yeah.
with it? India-US tech and defense partnership including.
Say, this, I would say, a person like Trump, if a person like Trump becomes a president of the United States, then
Yeah,
you can know that what can happen to the country. That
yeah,
Trump, like, no, no, I mean, like, you see the, you see the word, like, no leader or no ordinary person would see Trump and say that he is a legit person to be a president of the United States. No one would say it.
that's true.
He is not he the person. He is not in his full sense. The way he talk, he give one statement in the morning, altogether a
Truth
contrary
Social, his
statement in the
3 a.m.
afternoon,
Yeah, 3 a.m.
3 a.m., 1
Truth
a.m., 2
Social.
a.m., Truth
Yeah,
Social, and he just speak one thing in the morning,
yeah,
completely contrary thing in the afternoon, and then completely contrary thing in the evening,
yeah.
and says thank you for the attention. I mean, the way
No,
he
it
talks.
usually comes when, the market is going to open. It'll be very like positive. Something he'll say the deal is done and all that. And when everything is done, and he'll say, no, it's not done now. So it keeps
No,
on,
it's
when the
not that.
market keeps on going up and down.
I mean, in the history of the United States, US had no presidents like Trump in the White House ever, who is so careless, who is like whose word doesn't carry any weight, who has no credibility, who doesn't act like a president, who doesn't act like the leader of the superpower. He is just kind of a madman, I would say.
Hmm.
So the I think 1.5 year is already passed.
Yeah,
Just 2.5 year is remaining. So
yeah,
it's better we just bear Mr. Trump in the White House and just continue to pass on the time. At
Yeah.
the same time, build our relationship with the other stakeholders
Right.
like Vance, other Republicans, and
Yeah.
Democrats.
Yeah.
Continue our engagement, our dialogue, our diplomacy, back channel talks with
Yeah.
the other stakeholders, so that, of course, that's the second term of Trump, and as per the constitution of US, that he cannot become a president for the third term. So
Yeah.
just 2.5 years we have to be a more,
Yeah.
and then I think there could be a better person in the White House, and then we can deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
wait and watch policy is better.
Wait and watch. Yeah, that you can say.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
wait and watch policy is better.
Okay. So, what strategies can India employ to bypass China's near monopoly on critical minerals and rare earth elements, which are vital for India's defense, manufacturing, and green energy transition?
Yeah, that's very good question. And this is the top of the town,
Yeah.
that China, there's a talk of the town globally that China holds 60% of the global rare earths and
Yeah.
has the 90% capability to process it.
Yeah.
So it's a one-man show so far.
Good
That's
manufacturing.
why China is able to dictate on its own term to anyone.
Yeah.
China had recently, just I think 2 or 3 months back, had banned our imports as well.
Yes.
The critical, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So there was a news. So there was this news. So I think the government is, as per my knowledge, government is working on this path. Government is working to secure its sovereignty and to protect its strategic autonomy in the rare earth sector, sector. And there has been a discovery of large rare earth in the southern India, in the Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka region. And we are getting into partnerships with Japan, US, Australia to seek expert, exploration support, to have technological support to mine the rare earths from our soil. And we are already on the track, and I think we'll be able to secure a large sum of rare earth indigenously on our own. And but yeah, of course, it will take time to explore those rare earths in southern India regions, and to then have the capability and build the capability to process it indigenously. But yeah, it will take some time, and I think there would be a day. I think within the next 5 or 10 years, we'll be able to achieve a sizable autonomy in the rare earth as well, and we won't have to just look towards China
Yeah. But
anymore.
just an impromptu question. Would red tapeism affect any of it? Like if we find a rare earth?
Yeah, yeah, of course, because the way we work and the way China
Yeah.
work, and it is totally a different talk.
Yeah.
Of course, we have red tape, we have bureaucratic issues,
Yeah.
but I think the government is doing good in this sector, and I think government is speeding up things as much as it can.
Yeah.
And there is a fast pace, fast track things are going on
Yeah.
in many sectors, be it infra, be it rare earth, or be it energy transition. There are many fast track projects the government is working on, and I think, of course, the issues are at their place, no doubt. But I think we are trying to find the solutions and trying to fix the issues that we are facing as soon as possible.
Okay, so coming to the last question of the evening, can India continue to successfully sit in the Quad with the US, Japan, and Australia while simultaneously actively participating in expanded formats of BRICS and SCO alongside Russia and China?
I think, Mary, I think we have to keep continuing cooperate, and we have to keep continuing working in the both formats,
Yeah.
be it SEO and be it Quad, because we get see, we have to think about our interest. We have to. There was a time in India's diplomacy, we were a kind of a non-alignment country.
Hmm.
Jawaharlal Nehru was a part of it.
Yeah.
And we for decades followed the non-alignment policy.
Yeah.
But now we have to shift towards a multi-aligned policy.
Hmm.
Multi-aligned policy where we get from US in the Quad what we can get from US. At the same time, we get from Russia and China in the BRICS, in the SEO, what we can get from Russia and China. And this without downsizing, or without compromising our strategic autonomy.
Yeah.
This should be our policy. This should be our policy, the ideal policy. So this way, we can, on the one side, we can keep, securing our IOR region. We can keep doing drills with U.S. Army, with the U.S. Navy, and we can keep securing our Indian Ocean, our Indo-Pacific, in coordination with Quad countries.
Yeah.
At the same time, we can accelerate our economic interest, our economic partnerships, our trade partnerships with BRICS and SEO.
Yeah.
With China and Russia and other countries. So that's the, I think, ideal way to act and secure our interest and develop and grow.
Yeah. So as we see that India is in a very dynamic stage right now. So one last question. So how is Mr. Modi like treating like the diplomacy with all the other countries? Like, is it going in the right direction of like our government?
I think the things as far as diplomacy is concerned, yeah, we need to work more, we need to act more. I think we are somewhere lagging behind because we need to actually acquire. Like, see, we cannot just blame government directly, because the foreign policy is something, in a government, if for any government in the world, that is not completely in their own hands. The foreign policy, the name itself says this foreign policy.
Yeah.
So foreign policy is it's not completely in your control. It's about the other person as well. Whether the other country also wants to get into a friendship and the cooperative system with you or not. But yeah, you have to act, you have to plan, you have to act, you have to think, and you have to be proactive, because the time is slipping away out of the hands.
Yeah.
And we have to have partners, because we cannot just afford to be seen alone on the global stage where there is a 200 countries.
Yeah.
And though we are on our own also a very strong country, no doubt about it. But of course, if you are strong, that doesn't mean you do not need a partner. You always need a partner,
Yeah.
right? So the government is working, and I think there would be a way out. There would be the things would improve.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Rehan, for being on the globe and for all your insights and highlights of what is going on in our country as well as geopolitics. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was a nice talking to you.
Thank you.